Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about 3 things that you must prove before signing a 1K a month client. What you need to actually prove to not only yourself, but the customer as well, in order to charge that price tag. So Tom, it's been a while since we've both hopped on here together and as solos. So how are you, mate?
Yeah, all good. We're back on the YouTube channel and on if you're listening, wherever you're listening, we're back. So the reason we've had a little gap is because the agency at the start of, it's worth noting, actually it's worth saying this really, is the start of 2023 for us has been fucking insane. So there's been a lot of onboarding. Our team are working ever so hard, and that requires managing. So sometimes things have to take a back seat. So here we are, though. We've managed to make some time. We're going to bust out a whole bunch of videos for people over the next few coming weeks. And here we are. What 3 things you need to prove before you can actually charge 1K a month. Now, me and you, Harry, often get questions on whether it's on Instagram or YouTube comments, whatever. People say, they feel they should be charging 1K a month. Now, me and you don't really know where that 1K a month came from. I think lots of people in the space have all been like, you want to be signing 1K a month, 1 to 2K a month clients, and this is what the standard, and this is what you should be doing, and that be doing, and all that stuff. Yeah. I think what they've left out there, all these people that say you can charge 1K a month for a SMMA client, they're not wrong. They are correct. Absolutely, that's a minimum charge in our world. However, they're leaving out some key details of things that you need to do and prove before you can even think about charging that fee. They've really left that detail out, and they've sold you a fucking dead horse because it's not as easy as that.
Do you know what I think it is, mate? I think it's like, we always talk about things that were happening 3 years ago in SMMA and the things that are happening now. And I think 3 years ago, the whole kind of selling point of SMMA, when there wasn't fucking an Instagram guru on every corner, it was, you can sign a Facebook ad client, $1,000 a month, you just do ads for them, you make them money, you get paid, like, job done. That was a business strategy, and that worked. We always say 3 years ago, you could just run Facebook ads, you could just do loads of things that you can't do now. But those kind of jargon phrases and those terms and those ideas, people are still hanging on to them now. The same way people, don't want to do any work when they get a client. It's all that shit. That sounds so fucking stupid to say. But that's still carried on now. So it's kind of like, now it's changed. You can't just run ads and sit back and do fuck all. What are the things that you need to do and you need to prove? What would you say first?
Here's the thing for people to think about, okay? So yes, you can charge 1K, 1,500, 1,800, 2,000, onwards and onwards and onwards. You 100% can. It all then depends on what service you're giving, okay? We're not really going to talk about that. That's a kind of for a different topic. But the more you do for someone, the more you charge for someone. That's the same rule of thumb for any business, really. If you're going to get your suit cleaned, dry cleaned, if you're taking in 5 suits, it's going to cost you 5 times more than it would be for 1. Yep. So let's just get that into perspective. But if you're going to charge, if you think you've got the audacity, and this is what it comes down to, is what makes you worth $1,000, pounds, euros a month of that client's money before they've even spent ad spend? What makes you worth it? Well, here's the thing. If you're going in to talk to you're going in, you've got your first appointment, it's fantastic, you've never run ads before, you're looking to win your first client, particularly, I'm going to charge $1,000 because that's what I've been told to charge. Okay, well, can you tell me who you've worked with before? Oh, I don't have any testimonials or any point of reference. Okay, immediately you're not worth £1,000, dollars, euros, and I am, because I have that and you don't.
Yeah, and the reason why that is, mate, some people might be thinking, well, why can't I just go straight in? Because people forget this is a business and there are competitors. If people come on people will shop around when they work for an agency as well. A lot of businesses won't. They'll just go straight to you if you do a good presentation. But a lot of people will shop around agencies. So if they go on a call with Tom and I, we quote $1,000 a month. We've got 50 million testimonials. They get on with you, you've got none, and you charge the same. Why would they go with you? Like, you've just got to be switched on and not be like entitled in that sense, and just think, I've got to make myself stand out. You've got to give them some upside with going with you, so it's decrease your price. You can't charge the same. It doesn't make any sense.
I find it laughable when people are like, "Oh, I'm trying to win my first client. I'm going to charge 1,000 a month." You have no right to charge 1,000 a month. Are you fucking insane?
Yeah.
Like
You've
you've
got to
got
put
no
in the
right
groundwork.
to do that.
Yeah. You've got to put in the dirty work to get there.
You've got to do now. So people will be watching and saying, "Well, how am I ever going to get testimonials then?" Well, we all start somewhere. You did, Harry. I did. I actually worked for a lesser fee. You know, I was quite happy to charge 300, 400, 500, 600 in exchange for a testimonial, like a testimonial of that
Yeah.
person saying, "Worked with Tom, worked with Harry, great guys. This is what they did. This is the result we had. I would recommend them." That's one. And then you get a second and you get a third, fourth. So when you're looking to win a client at $1,000 a month and they go, and you're trying to get it over the line and justify your fee, this is one of the three things. This is just one of the three things, is you have to have an element of, I've done this before and it's with this person. This is what they say about me. That it reinforces your value, and it, you know, then it gives you something to justify that fee. But you're going to have to swallow the fact that you're going to have to work for less. You know, you're not going to go in at the level me and Harry are at, or some of our students are at. You're not going to go in at their level. You're going to go in at a lesser level. You're worth less. You are worthless to them. So build it. And one of them, out of these three things we're talking about, is get some validation of other people who have worked with you, which is a testimonial. Could be written can be made up. Let's be honest about it. When you see testimonials on ads or on TV and they're written, they could be written by my fucking mum, couldn't they? Or your mum. You know, they're not worth anything because you can all do it yourself. Having a video testimonial of a genuine person who has a genuine business that you genuinely work with goes a long way, and that helps you to charge $1,000 a month.
And we've done videos in the past about how to get clients without testimonials, but to touch on it briefly here, a testimonial is just, well, it does two things. It's other people vouching for you, so it's like, you know, you're trusting someone else's opinion and not just you saying how great you are. But not only that, it also shows and proves the quality of your work. So if you don't have any testimonials, think to yourself, how can I show the quality of my work and prove I can do what I say I'm going to do without other people vouching for me? There's loads of ways you can do it. And what I did when I first started was showcasing my work through building a portfolio of the quality of my work.
Yeah,
I offered Facebook ads, social media management, sales funnel creation, email marketing. So what did I do? I went on, and I knew I was working with cosmetic practices at the time. I made a cosmetic practice sales funnel for a random dental practice. I then made 5 to 6 different Facebook ads that I would run. I then made 5 to 6 email marketing sequences that I would run when I get a client. And because I was so knowledgeable about my service, and I wasn't doing it what 99% of people do, is get a client before they even know what they're offering, I understood every single part of my business. I understood every service I was offering. I made all of those example pieces of work. So when I got on a meeting and that question came up of testimonials, which it never did in the beginning because of this, and I said, and I led with that, I went, right, look at these sales funnels. These are the ads I'm going to run. This is the type of sales funnel I'm going to run. These are the email marketing sequences I'm going to run to help you nurture your leads. And then that immediately kind of disarmed them when it came to the testimonial question, because they were like, well, actually, I can see how that works. I can see that you're good at designing. I can see that how it's all going to piece together now. So I don't care about those testimonials as much because I can see your work. That's how you're going to get around that testimonial issue at the beginning, as well as working for free. So there's loads of ways to work around it. You've just got to put the fucking time in. People want, I started an agency yesterday, $1,000 a month. Why aren't you going to pay me $1,000 a month? Oh, what? Because I can't be bothered to make loads of example work. I can't be bothered to work for a lesser fee for 2 months. Well, yeah, exactly. So you don't deserve that $1,000 a month. Like you people are just so I don't know what the word, entitled to get business in the same way people that have been operating it for 4 years get business. It just doesn't make any sense. You've got to put the work in.
You do, and that's another people that would then say SMA doesn't work. It absolutely does work. You know, we work with clients, you know, weekly, daily. So something's there. So why can't it be for you? But you're right. Bit of advice for everyone now, like Harry's just said. So take what Harry's just said, go on Canva, pay £8 a month. Don't be a fucking cheapskate. Go and pay £8 a month for the full version of Canva or whatever it is. And you can put together 10, pick a niche, let's say dentist, let's say landscaping, whatever. Let's do landscaping. Type in landscaping into Canva, create 10 ads that look amazing, right? That is part of your portfolio. Then write some email copy that demonstrates you can actually speak English or the language that you're actually referring to. and that you're articulate enough to put an email together. Put 5 different emails together that look nice, that reach out to an audience, and then you can, do a landing page demonstration. Done. You can do that in a single day. Voila, you have a portfolio you can then present and say, look at my work. It's like a photographer. It's like if you're a wedding photographer, and this is a really fucking great example because I'm getting married next year, so this is something that I'm looking at. Okay, if I went to a wedding photographer and said, yeah, I need you to take some pictures of my big day. Like, how much are you? Well, I'm not cheap. For the whole day, I'm going to be about £1,500. Okay, cool. Can I see some pictures? Well, no, I don't have any pictures of previous weddings.
Wow.
Oh,
What
well, that's a fucking problem.
Yeah, are you buying your camera on the wedding day? Like, how can you not have any photos?
Just going to use his iPhone 10 for the day. Like, are you serious? Like, that is a really, really good example of the fact that he has to have his version of testimonials is the quality of his work and his portfolio. And he or she will present it to me and be like, look at these wonderful shots and look at this cute couple and look at these crazy little pictures I've done in the past to really capture the environment and be creative. I'll be like, yeah, you're worthy of £1,500. When can you start? Here's my wedding date.
Yeah, and put that portfolio on your website. And we've done a video about 2 days ago. Oh no, it'll be a week ago now. About what to put on your website, and everyone has the same fucking boring website. They make an agency website in the first month, put about us, they put the services they offer, and the only thing to make an SMMA website stand out, like we said in that video, is by your testimonials. So if you've not got them, it's all going to look the same. But imagine taking your shitty SMMA website and adding a portfolio of work. You're then standing out from the crowd. Like, you are the only, this is what we sound like we're repeating ourselves. If you watch every video, you are the only USP of your agency. Everyone runs Facebook ads, everyone runs sales funnels, but you as a person and your ability is what makes you stand out, which is why outsourcing is fucking stupid. So put your work on your website, make it stand out, and you'll start to pick up clients and really back up that $1,000 price tag.
Absolutely. There we go. That you've been given for free off me and Harry, and that is what a lot of people would actually be charging you for. So,
mate, it gets to a point where we're just like, I'm so fucking bored of these people just talking shite on YouTube and on Spotify. It just does our fucking head in. Do you not just get so fucking annoyed?
Yeah, I get pissed off with. I enjoy people asking me questions. Whether you're going to DM me and Harry, we get some really, really very interesting questions of people who are really, really keen to progress and make a career out of this. The amount of people who are just fucking clueless, have no idea, have done no research. They just message us because they can't be fucked to actually look at things themselves and go on Google and actually, or YouTube, and figure it out. They don't deserve anything anyway. You're never going to be successful. Use your fucking initiative. But it is the same shit all the time. But this is why we're passionate about giving people this free advice. Actually, we want to single-handedly clean up the SMMA world, which is grubby as fuck.
It is fucking grubby.
We're doing this single-handedly, me and Harry, to help the industry, to make it better, and therefore better people will come through, which is why we work very closely with our students, and we're trying to breed. If I heard any of my students guaranteeing results or trying to charge money for things that they have no right to, I'd be like, dude,
yeah, come on,
not learn properly,
mate. This is the exact reason why people always say, if you're in an SMA industry, why are you teaching other people? Aren't you just creating more competitors? That's actually the complete opposite. Us bettering the industry then spreads the word in a more positive light around our industry. So then clients are more inclined to work with us, because at the minute, like you say, it's so fucking grubby. People do such bad practices, scam people. Essentially, SMMAs do scam business owners out of money when they don't know what they're doing. That is a fucking scam. You're charging money, you don't have a proper service, you're outsourcing. That is a scam. And you're a fucking arsehole. So if we're teaching people the correct way to do it, that then go out and do presentations in the right way and treat businesses in the right way, then the SMMA industry, the image around it will be perceived in a better light, which will then help us sign more clients. It's not like we're building people that are going to take our clients off us. There's too many of them for that to happen. So it is all in the name of building the industry in a better light, because of fucking how shit it really is, and it's getting worse.
I see so many ads on, and we're going to get on to point 2 in a minute, guys, because this is dragging on. But I see so many ads on Instagram. In fact, like every ad I see on Instagram, and every ad I see of someone saying, "Hey, business owner, blah 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 blah," or "Are you a business owner?" Blah blah blah. I don't trust a single one of them. It's all my first initial thought is scammer. Yeah, you're fucking wanting money off me for some shitty thing, or your secret strategy of guaranteeing a ROAS on, oh, fucking hell. Okay.
It's why we don't run ads for our It's why we don't run ads for our academy.
No, we don't need to.
And it's just, it just makes you look just, I don't want to go into it. I don't want to go into it because we could be here all day.
Yeah, we can. Right, point two. Before, so let's get back to the point of this video. Those who are listening, you're probably thinking, fucking hell, boys, get on with it. Yeah. Right. So point two is, what do you need to do to charge $1,000 a month, or just don't bother? Point two is
a strong presentation.
Yes.
And a strong sales process.
Yep.
Do you want to go?
No, you dive into that, mate.
Yeah.
You're good.
And we say this all the time, guys. It's you have to have a clear process of how you're going to take that client from an initial cold call into a paying customer. You need to know what to tell them. You need to have a strong strategy in place. And more importantly, you need to understand the service you're about to offer. It's the same case of what we said with testimonials. People get on a call and expect people to pay them $1,000 a month. And then once they sign them, then learn the service or then find someone to outsource the work to. You're never going to be able to sign a client for $1,000 a month. And even if you do, that's fucking lucky. And it's not going to happen you're not going to be able to do that 20 times. You have to understand the service you're offering, and you have to have a clear strategy on how you're actually going to deliver the service you're saying. Like, it's all well and good. I actually think, mate, a lot of people, they'll get to a meeting and deep down, they know they're not going to sign them. Like, I think it's a game of, once I do sign a client, they don't think as far of them actually signing it. So they'd never bother to learn the service. They're just like, right, I'm going to start an SMMA. I'm going to sign a few $1,000 a month clients, but they never actually think to the moment where they're like, shit, I've now been paid. Now what? Like, you have to do that before you even get to that point. And having that presentation, how you're going to kind of perform that presentation and how you're going to get them to become a paying customer, you have to have that process down to a T.
Yeah, agreed. I think that really point two is it.
Yeah. And we've spoken about the presentation. We did a video on the actual presentation not so long ago. So but yeah,
about that is everything about if you're going to win it or not. You don't rock up with a shoddy presentation. It has to meet all the right points, delivered in the right way, and that will help. If it's not, you're going to win $1,000 a month client. You may not even win a $10 a month client.
So, you might not be able to do it for free.
Yeah, and then you're not working at all. So that's a key point. Okay, and then the final point
is you as a person.
This is big.
It is big because we were speaking about this earlier today.
This is bigger than point one in my view.
Yep, I agree. You take this one, mate.
I'll take this one because I'm not sure of saying my view on lots of things. However, here's the kicker, right? Here's the thing. People judge you in life on lots and lots of different things. We're natural. It's actually a natural human behavior to judge people or to make an assumption on people. And that's why they say first impressions count. That saying hasn't come from fucking nowhere. That's a real thing. And also, there's no such thing as a second first impression. Again, there's degrees to that. But you as a person, you will not sign a $1,000 a month client if you're a rag-ass individual. And what do I mean by that is if you're not looking tidy in your appearance, okay? If you can't talk properly, then fuck off and don't be in the SMMA. I would say go and learn to communicate better. Okay? If you're mumbling on calls, if you're not articulate enough in your presentation and actually holding yourself correctly, if you're not making eye contact in a face-to-face meeting and your head down and you're shaky or you're nervy, if you're rocking up to a face-to-face meeting and you smell like cigarettes and you haven't done your hair properly, I'm sorry, like, you have to look the part. If you look the part and you're behaving in the right way, you are showing that you're a high value individual. Now, this is please do not confuse this for some of the people out there who are wanting you to become a fucking monk and meditate and get in touch with your inner soul so you can do X, Y, Z of bullshit. We're just talking about be a tidy individual, be able to speak clearly and concisely, okay? Be able to listen, be able to smile and enjoy an interaction with a person. Don't be a sloppy-assed person who really it looks like they've been dragged through a hedge, off the street, and it's just been given a script. You have to hold yourself as a high value person, and you can charge a higher value fee.
Yep, 100%, mate. I think that it's the bottom line is people think that your service is just Facebook ads. It's not. This your service and your package is dealing with us every day. That your clients are going to have to get on a call with you every day. Who would they rather get on a call with? Fucking Brad Pitt or someone who looks like they've just got out of bed? Like, no, obviously Brad Pitt. Like that's the service. Like you've got to remember that they are going to have to communicate with you every day. If you're close by and you're seeing them every day, you're not going to. It's like, who wants to go to their mate? Who wants to go to the pub with their mate who just dresses like shit, fucking smells terribly? Like, no one wants to do that. This sounds super harsh, but you're not going to want to do that. And it's the same way clients aren't going to want to work with you like that. It's so simple to just be presentable, speak in a manner where people can understand you, be confident on the calls. And that's how you're going to warrant that higher fee. It's like going into a hotel. Hotels that are, decked out correctly, have polite staff that have good service and speak to you in the correct way and understand what your needs are. That's a more expensive hotel than someone that has a really rude receptionist. There's shit everywhere. It's dirty. The security is not very good, and you're going to pay less for it. It's the same with humans and our agencies.
So just to put that in perspective, what Harry has just said there as an example. Now, you don't need to be qualified. This is the other thing. Is in an SMA, you don't need a qualification to do this, right? You don't need a degree and all that stuff, which makes the industry incredibly appealing to anyone. But there's knowledge that you can work on throughout when you're working. However, I am qualified in marketing. I have certificates on my name against marketing, so I can actually say this, and because I understand it. There are 7 P's to marketing. We're not going to focus on the 7 because this is only short, but the 4 P's are the crucial ones, which are product, price, place, and promotion. Okay, so those are the 4, but there's also an element which is the 5th and 6th and 7th, and one of them is called physical. And the physical in marketing is like Harry just said. So when you go into a restaurant, and this is something which has changed since the pandemic. When you go to a restaurant and you've got to look at the menu on your phone through a QR code, it loses it loses an element of its service. Everyone likes a menu because no one likes to have their phone out on the table with your group of people, and it's showing each other the phone and menu. It loses an element. Even the menu is the physical marketing of a business. The seat you sit on, okay, it's the physical part. The wonky table, if every table was wonky or dirty and it had crumbs on, that affects your decision to go back to that business. Okay, this is the physical marketing of a company. You wouldn't go and buy a dirty car. There's a reason why a car is looking beautifully clean. It does the same job, but physically it has to look better to market it. That is no different to you as a person. You do actually represent your agency. They will make a judgment on how you are as a person. If you're working with a PT, a personal trainer, and that personal trainer isn't in good shape, you judge them because they are the product of what they're worth. It's the same for you in this industry. If you're rocking up to a Zoom meeting and you're wearing a vest or you're wearing your pajamas, then you're going to find it hard to charge $1,000 a month. If you're wearing a shirt and a suit, or even a nice jacket, and your camera's HD, you've got a nice ring light, and you've got a good background behind you, and you're talking professionally, it will help you sign that 1K a month client.
Mate, that's my stage here. Yeah, the first step where people fuck that up is on that initial Zoom call. They'll get on and we've seen it firsthand. When people get on a Zoom call with an initial client that they're going to close, and they get on the Zoom call with Zoom on their phone. This is my biggest fucking pet peeve, especially when you're the person selling. I've never done it. You've never done it. We would never do it. You get on Zoom with a potential client and they're doing the Zoom call from their phone. They're like this. They're walking around, they're getting a drink off the side while talking about marketing. They've got their fucking pajama top on, talking about trying to sell them SMMA, trying to sell $1,000 a month service, and they can't even be bothered to put the phone there, get it on a laptop, and not make a fucking orange juice while they're on a sales call. Just no.
They're like this with a fucking double chin, like
Yeah,
makes
it's like
sense.
they're resting on their belly while they're watching fucking Netflix over there, trying to do a presentation.
But the thing is, we're laughing about this, right? For those listening or watching us, we're laughing about this because we've seen it. Like
Yeah,
we're not just making an assumption. We have
yeah,
seen this happen. We've seen it, and like it all comes down to making yourself look. What we're trying to say is make yourself look $1,000 a month. Is
yeah.
basically what we're saying, and it's so important. People don't talk about it because oh, we don't want to judge on appearance, and but everyone, you shouldn't be doing that. Well,
I don't think we're judging on appearance. I wouldn't say we're being like rude about judging appearance. It's just we're just saying what everyone thinks. This is just common knowledge. If someone comes on in a suit, can speak really well, is charming, and they're presented well, they smell nice, you're more likely to do business than someone who looks like they've just got off the fucking
yeah,
off a sweaty fucking football pitch. Like you're not. It just
yeah.
doesn't make any sense. It's common sense.
Common sense. That's what we're saying. It's a massive, massive part of business in general. This is not
Yeah.
SMMA. These are business rules that we're actually telling you. And for someone who's worked in the corporate world, I know how important your physical appearance is and how you hold yourself as a person, with the way you speak, the way you listen, mumbling, being articulate, being concise. All these things are really super important. They all go together. It's a massive one of, going back to the start of this video, how can you charge $1,000 a month, and what do you need to prove, or just fucking forget it? Basically, that is one of them. Is just hold yourself, make yourself look like you're valuable. Big one.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a perfect way to wrap it up, mate. I think we covered everything now.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you've not watched our previous video, it was what to do when your Facebook ads essentially stop working, what steps to take, what to do with your client, what to do with the ads, and really where to take it from there. So if you've not watched that video, give it a watch. Please, please, please make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Music, because I found out you can actually follow on there. So you're updated with all future episodes of the podcast on audio. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, guys, and we'll see you in a few days' time.